Okay, so today we're gonna do a story time, and it's gonna be about a guy that I know, that I dated. Sydney's over here laughing.
I'm laughing about this musically.
She's supposed to pretend she's not here.
Watch him roll and watch him go. Watch him roll.
Okay, so we're gonna do our story time today, and I'm gonna tell you how me and this guy met. Okay, so I did this thing called Young Americans, and it was great experience. Like, we got to be with a bunch of people that were like, they were like musically talented or skilled, and it was for acting and choir and like dance. And me and this guy were like, he went to a different school or whatever, and we were in these classes together because I like signed up for this, and like my whole school went, like not my whole school, but like most of the kids in my like choir went. And so I met him there. Like, we were all chilling, and he like walked up to me and like sat by me and like talked to me for like a really long time. Him and his friends talked to me for a really long time, and I really was only talking to him because I thought his friend was cute, and that's how our like friendship started. But then after this 2-day camp class thing, this guy was like texting me because I gave him my Snapchat or whatever, and like he was texting me like a lot of stuff. And like the first day, like we were just friends or whatever, he said that he loved me. You need to stop. He said that he like loved me. It was like the first day that we were talking, like as friends. And then like a month or two later, he was like, will you like go out with me on a date or whatever? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. So we scheduled a date. We went ice skating, and and I am so bad at ice skating, and I am like the biggest complainer there ever is. So like, and ice skating takes a lot of physical activity and like pain to your ankles. So I was like complaining the entire time we were doing this. So we were just ice skating, we were chilling, we were having a good time. It was actually pretty fun until like I thought I was getting good at it. I wasn't, and I was like skating, and we got to a part where like the ice was like jagged, and I like fell down, and he was like right here and fell and hit right here on my head and then fell over me. And like people were just skating around us, like not even paying attention, but it was really, really embarrassing. So then I was like, can we like get up and like sit down for a little bit? And he's like, yeah, sure. So we went and we were sitting down for a little bit because we legit skated for like 2 hours straight. And so we were sitting and like talking, and then I got up to like look in the mirror or whatever, because to make sure my eyeliner wasn't like messed up. And yeah, so then after that we just went and we skated some more, and then his mom texted him and told him that remind you, I am 13 at this time, 12, and so his mom texted him, and she was like, okay, it's almost time, and he was like, you want to go get your skates off? And I was like, yes. So we were like going to get our skates off, and I took my skate off, like both of mine off, and I went to go sit with my mom like in the car. Like I said bye or whatever, and then I went to my mom's car, and then we drove away. But my mom was like, did you guys hold hands or anything? I was like, no, it was just really awkward. And so like we kept texting or whatever because whatever. And then like he started like fighting with me over text, and it was like really mean and over dramatic. And he would be like, oh my gosh, I hate you, you're so dumb, this is like, I don't know, like these are the reasons why I hate you or whatever. And then I'd be like, oh my gosh, whatever, you just need to blow off steam. And then the next day he'd be like, I'm so sorry. And I'd be like, don't even talk to me, I don't even like you. And then we were like kind of dating, I guess. And like the first time we had broken up was because of, I don't even know, like it was because I did something, I don't know, but he like was like, I'm done, and I was like, so am I. So then I was like, I'm like not gonna talk to you about it because I'm just not gonna text you back. And he's like, so like we're done dating? I'm like, yeah. I said his name
Again.
So I'm not gonna put that one in. I said his name, and then I tried to remake it, and then I said his name again. So we're just gonna start. So I was at the breakup part. So me and this guy we were broken up because I did something. I didn't want to talk about it, so I was like, I'm done. We're done. We're not going to talk about it. And so this guy was like, okay, whatever. I don't care. And then she's writing something on my paper. She was writing something. It doesn't help, so I'm not going to tell you what it says. Okay, so we were broken up. And, like, again, oh, well, okay, this is where we broke up the first time, never mind. Okay, so he had all of his friends, like, after we, like, started talking again, like, after, like, 2 or 3 months, we started talking again, and he has these friends, and they added me on all of my social media, like, my Facebook, and my Instagram, and my Snapchat. They added me on all of my social media, and were basically, like, babysitting me. Anything I would post, they would go, and they would be like, hey, have you seen, like, to this guy, they would be like, hey, have you seen this? Do you know what this means? Do you, like, have you, like, approved of this, like, post or whatever? And then this guy would come talk to me and ask me, why did I post this? Or why did I post anything on Instagram? Or why did I post this thing on Facebook? And I was like, okay, you need to stop. Like, if this is my account, I can post what I want. And so then we were fighting about that or whatever, and we weren't even dating. We were just talking, and he would just fight with me for no reason. He just fights with me all the time. So, like, after, like, a while, like, this was, like, a year or whatever later, and he messages me, and I'm like, don't talk to me, or they don't want to talk to you. And he, like, messages me, and he's like, I want to talk again. And I'm like, no, I don't want to talk again. And then he's like, but I really think I've changed, and I really think I want to be, like, close to you again. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so then we were talking for a while, and he's really nice, like, honestly, like, the nicest guy in the whole world. But he was like, we were going out after a while, after talking for like a month.
He had the nerve to say whatever she's about to say.
He didn't say anything, he did something. Okay, so I was like talking to him one night. It was really late, and I was like it was really late at night, and he was like, do you want to come with me to to this carnival that I'm having in my town? And I was like, yeah, I'll go. Like, I'll ask my mom about it, and we can, like, go together. And he's like, okay. So then I asked my mom about it, and she said I couldn't go. So I told him, I was like, I can't go. I'm sorry, my mom won't let me. And he's like, did you try a lot? And I was like, yeah, I did. And then he was like, I don't think you did. And I was like, well, I asked my mom, do you want me to do a Snapchat video of me asking my mom? And he's like, whatever, I don't care. And then I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't care, I can't go. And so he's like, fine. And I was like, fine. So then, like, after, like, the thing was like 2 days later, and he did not say anything. He did not say, like, a weekend later, and he did not say anything to me, like, that whole weekend. I tried to talk to him, and he would not talk to me. And I was like, and, like, he never changed his Instagram status or anything. He didn't delete pictures of me off his Instagram. And so I was at Sydney's house.
Oh, wait.
We were having a sleepover. And I was like, hey. And he's like, hi. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm at Husker Harvest Days. And I'm like, oh, because he posted on his story, it was like Husker Harvest Days with her or whatever.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. And then I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm at Husker Harvest Days. I was like, oh, cool. And he's like, yeah. I was like, you hanging out with anybody from Young Americans? And he's like, no, I'm here with my girlfriend. And I'm like, what? No, you're, I'm like, no, you're not. He's like, no, I'm here with my other girlfriend. I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah. I was like, we never broke up though. And he's like, yeah, I didn't break up with you, but I just thought you would get the memo that we were broken up. And I'm like, what? What? Like, you never told me that we were broken up. And he's like, and at this point I was like so pissed. And I was like, you are the dumbest, stupidest guy in the whole world. I hate you. I legit hate you. I never want to talk to you again. I hate you. And then there was like a year where I didn't talk to him at all.
1 year.
like a whole year and a half probably. I didn't talk to him at all. So now it is like the spring, like at this time in the story, it was like the spring of 8th grade. No, not the spring, like the beginning of 8th grade. Like, yeah. So
to show you.
Okay, so it was like the beginning of 8th grade, and he hits me up again on Snapchat.
Hey, Jim, you.
And he's like, my girlfriend has been getting into a lot of trouble. I'm like, and I care why? And he's like, yeah, she's been like smoking pot or whatever. And I was like, that's your problem, homie. I don't care.
Homie?
And then
This ball is not homie.
Sydney, shut up.
I'm sorry.
No, okay, so I was like, that's your problem, not mine. And he's like, I just kind of wanting you to help me figure out what to say to her. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna help you. You were a dick to me. And he's like, I know, I'm sorry, like apologizing or whatever. And I was like, fine, I need you to like tell her how you feel or whatever, and like telling him that he needs to like talk to her about it. So he talks to her about it, and she breaks up with him. Shocker.
He's crying.
No. And then he hits me up after she breaks up with him, and like he's talking to me, and he's like, you were so nice about helping me out or whatever.
Even though I didn't work.
About helping me out, helping me get out of that situation. And I'm like, you're welcome. And he's like, even though I was such a dick to you, you helped me anyways. I'm so grateful. Like, what do you want? Like, I'll do anything. I was like, you really don't have to say that. Like, I'm not gonna ask you to do anything for me. And then his friend Alex like hits me up on Snapchat and like sends me some messages.
Just kidding. Lots of people are named Alice. It's fine.
And like, oh, whatever. His friend Alex. You guys don't know. So his friend Alex. His name in the middle of the video.
Now I'm calling him David.
No, I'm not. Okay.
Jared.
So where we were at is
Richard.
his friend Alex was like talking to me, begging me to forgive him. Like he was like, if he can forgive you for everything you've done. And I was like, done? And he's like, yeah, everything you've done in the past to make him mad, to make him not like you. It's like, boy, what are you talking about? And he was referring to stuff I did in the past, like before we were dating.
Ow.
Like before. So I was like, boy, that is my life. I don't need a babysitter. You ain't my babysitter. And he's like, but you have to forgive him because he just likes you so much and he's forgiven you for everything you've done. And that's about where we were at in the video. We were like, I was gonna just like talking to this guy, we were texting, he was like, forgive me, like the guy was like, forgive me, I like you, you're awesome, love me, forgive me. I was like, boy, no, like, no, boy,
Okay,
like,
not through that to me.
no. So then, like, we were talking or whatever, and he was like, trying to apologize, you know, I said it, he was trying to apologize. And I was like, whatever. We're gonna do this one more time. If you screw it up, if you mess it up,
You're
if you
toast.
do something done, we're done, we're over, I'm over it. And he's like, fine, thank you for this one chance. And I was like, okay. And so then we were talking for that whole entire day, and I was like, okay, so we're dating. And he's like, yes. And then the next day, the
freaking next day.
Okay, I was talking to this girl that went to the Young Americans with me and Cade, and she was like, what is Cade's deal? And I was like, well, what are you talking about? And she's like, he was totally like talking crap about you last night. I was like, what? I was so confused. And I was like, he was talking to you last night? And she's like, yeah, about you, like being really mean about you. And I was like, tell me more. And he was like, yeah, he was just like, Aubrey is like the worst decision I had ever made. She's terrible, she's ugly, she's rude. I just wish I was with you. You like the Avalanche, you're cool, you're pretty, I like you, want to be with you, but I'm stupid. And then this Madison girl was like, you know, I'm gonna tell her, right? And he's like, no, you won't. So then she did tell me, and I was pissed. So I called this boy on the bus. We were on the bus to a volleyball game, and I called this boy. And I was like, it was ringing. And I was like, boy. When he answered, I was like, you are so dumb. Dumb. I hate you. We are never talking again. I will never, like, you hit me up on Snapchat. I will never go out with you again. Don't ever talk to me ever again. He's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, talking shit about me to a girl that goes to my school of 200 people? That's stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb. We're over. I'm over it. You're garbage. You're trash. You're stupid. And I'm over it. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never said that. I was like, oh, really? Madison is sitting right here behind me, and she could tell me everything that you said. And he was like, you're going to believe her over me? And I was like, yes, I'm going to believe her over you because you're dumb. And I told you that you get one more chance, and it's been one day. And you're stupid, so bye. And he's like, whatever, you don't understand, you don't get it that I was just trying to. And I was like, no, you don't understand, you don't get it that I am breaking up with you right now, so I'm gonna hang up the phone and you're never gonna talk to me again, deal? And he's like, whatever. And I hung up the phone. And then the volleyball coach was like, that is the coolest thing I'd ever seen. I was like, I know. So that was my story. Okay, beautifuls, that was my story about that guy. It was great, wasn't it? Sydney, no. Okay, so I'm gonna see you beautifuls in a little bit. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, love you, kisses. I forgot to say something. I want you all to remember that this story happened in my past, and I know that I was stupid. I know that I was stupid, so I don't need people telling me that I was stupid. I don't want people mad at me for, I don't know, just for the story, because this was in my past. And yes, I get it, I was very dumb. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, the story was in the past, over it. I don't even talk to this person anymore. So, like, way in the past. Like, that was in volleyball season. It's currently basketball season. Like, that was way in the past. So, thank you for watching again. Like and subscribe.